Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Welcome to the Ray Tampa podcast. Ray is out today, so it'll be Russell Cato and myself
That's right.
hosting the show. So we have
Yeah.
Russell Cato
Here on time.
here on time. Well, you know our backgrounds. We've been through all
Yeah.
you know our backgrounds. So today we're going to talk about maybe three subjects, if we can get three in with the time allotted.
Yeah.
So Ray, Russell, I'll let you go first, man.
Well, one of the things too, I am glad I got Dr. Don here, the guy who's on this station, because he really is a part of our discussion today. And if any parents are out there listening to us, you got a kid in the public school system, please get to know who your area superintendent is, because you're going to really need them. And the reason I'm saying that, because the Pinellas County school system is in a bad shape, real bad shape. And it's all about money. It's all about money.
Always.
And what it is, if I'm not mistaken, it's January the 20th of this year, they're supposed to come to the public and deal with the idea of consolidating and closing some of these schools. And the reason for this is really that over the period of years, they've been having a decline in enrollment. Right. They have less students. They've been losing
I've heard that.
Over a period of years. And also another factor is the cost of living in Pinellas County is high.
Yeah.
Making people leaving because they can afford,
right.
They can afford to stay here.
Right.
And then we got underutilized building. There's a lot of space. There are a lot of space in these buildings, and they're just being underused.
Yeah.
So what we're coming to is that the county is saying we got to either close these schools or we got to consolidate these schools. Now the problem with that is who is going to make that decision? That's my concern.
Right.
And as I was talking to Dr. Don here, who's the owner of the station, he is a teacher at 16th Street. And I asked him, I said, Don, I'm going to say, my fault, John Hopkins. Yeah, I'm from the old school, 16th Street, my fault. Yeah, he's a teacher at John Hopkins, and I was asking him what would happen if they closed his school. So, Don, I'm going to bring you in on that. What would really happen to you as a teacher if they close 16th Street?
Well, if you can hear me, Russ.
Okay.
For one thing, most of our teachers would have to be relocated, just like all the students.
Okay.
Right.
Relocated.
Right.
Just trying to get myself organized.
Okay. Okay.
But the important thing though is that they have to put people someplace.
Right.
Students have to go to some school, someplace that's where they're available for for them to be, and teachers too.
Right.
So sad to say though, just like in the corporate world, last in, first to go.
Correct.
So if there are teachers who I would think who just join the system, because you have to work a certain number of years before you actually get a permanent contract.
Right.
So at least for the first 2 years, most teachers are temporary contract, but for at least for the first 2 years, and maybe the third year as well. Or you may have situations where some teachers are not performing to standard. So if there are teachers who are not performing to standard, obviously you're going to be let go.
Right.
So you're going to be a situation. Now, there are teachers who are veteran teachers like myself, and there are teachers who are already vested into the system.
Right.
Right? That they have to find somewhere to put you.
Regardless.
And so based on your expertise and your qualification, then they might put you at a place, maybe not where you want to go, but you just have to take it and just to keep your job and keep a position.
Okay.
And you have to work where they put you to work to fill that gap.
So let me ask you, Don, will principals play an important role in this decision of a school?
That's a good question. There is, and I don't think so.
Okay.
It's the school.
Because there is a placement also, just like we have placement for students, there's a placement for teachers.
Right.
Okay.
That is control of county.
Okay.
And I think this was put in place not very long ago, and not very long ago. So the Department of County, I forgot the name of that department now, would be responsible to put you where they want you to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that include principals as well, you
That
say?
includes principals
Principals as well.
because they also place principals.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Boy,
Yeah.
you can see what the situation that teachers will be in. What, you know, that's what I'm telling parents. You got to stay tuned.
Right.
You got to make sure whatever school they're talking about, your kid may be a part of that operation, and you got to be prepared because, as I can understand, Don and Jamie, they have community meetings already on this.
You said about 6, right?
About 5 or 6,
6,
something like that.
Yeah.
But my concern is who is going to make the decision. Yeah.
I would think the school board, with whatever information or concerns they gathered from the public with those meetings,
Okay.
from the citizens, but ultimately they do what they want. But
And then you got to find out if whoever going to make the decision, what factors are given and what criteria are you use to make these decisions.
yeah,
Because I have no idea.
yes,
I have no idea.
Pretty rough.
But you know, there's
Go
another
on.
thing I'd like to make reference to.
Okay.
You mentioned the reduction in attendance,
Okay.
right? That reduction started when this new administration took office,
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
when the attack was on immigrants.
Oh,
Funding and all that
Immigrant
stuff.
students
Mhm.
started to go
Decline.
undercover
Decline. Yeah.
because they don't want to
Mhm.
you know, go to school because they don't want to be deported because they don't want to
Right.
be
Right.
found. So
Here. Yeah.
you know, and that happened in
It's-
this very country.
It's a lot. Cost of living, as we said, cost of living, the ICE stuff that's going on with immigration. And I personally think it's still part of the 2025 plan, because if you could decrease the amount of public
Public
schools,
school.
you can bring up these charter schools that teach whatever the MAGA government wants.
Okay.
You know, I still think,
So in the background,
other
you're trying to
variables.
destroy the public school system.
yeah, but the cost
Go-
of living and homeschooling since COVID, they play a part.
Oh,
But
homeschooling is
now that
big.
we know the inner workings of 2025 is kind of playing right into what they want anyway. So we have to stay vigilant,
Vigilant.
and try to thwart this as much as we can.
Let me say one more thing, Don. You're making up me on this. We mentioned homeschooling because homeschooling is big now.
Mm-hmm.
Don,
It's cold.
are parents getting money for homeschooling? Do you know? Because I am. How is it? Because homeschooling is big now.
Yes, I'm not sure if parents are getting money for homeschooling, but what I do know is that they provide the parents with with materials and supplies.
Okay.
Like if you require computers, for instance, technologies,
Mm-hmm.
the kid is still entitled to technology. So whatever they would get in the school, if they were in the school,
They don't
would still
come
have
out their
access to
pocket.
those things.
So the school
Like
supplies. some of that.
yes, you would still have access to technologies, to computers, and so on.
Okay.
Materials for study. I know that they provide those things, but as to money, I'm not sure.
Okay. Because homeschooling is big.
It is.
It's big.
Yeah, yeah. And I would not be surprised if sometimes in the near future you're going to find an organization or an association that take over control of homeschooling so that they can get the money and then
Monetize it,
people
yeah.
monetize it. I
Yeah,
would be surprised if
yeah.
that won't happen pretty soon.
Yeah, and I wonder too if there's some type of tax write-off for doing homeschooling.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
So
That's a
it's
question.
so
That's a good question.
There has to be
some benefit.
yeah, some kind of benefit
Yeah.
because and you're right. There's some parents who chose to keep their kids home,
Because they're getting bigger.
right?
Yeah.
And homeschool them. So there got to be something. There got to be a trade-off someplace.
Ever since COVID, things have just changed,
Changed.
like an alternate reality. Ever since COVID,
Yeah.
things have just changed. But
So
good
parents,
as
be
parents
aware.
will
Get to know your area superintendent.
Yeah.
Because it's coming.
true. All right. So we're gonna move into the redevelopment
Oh,
of the gas plant
Gas plant
district.
district.
So they have new deals going on,
yes.
new
Yes.
So Russ hit me to this. We were talking about this, and there a little turbulence that's going on. but this guy, Ron Diner,
Uh-huh.
he's making some good sense, and I think Corey Givens is in line with him as well, one of the council members. But I'm just going to go into, I made a lot of bullet points and some points about it. So, first of all, it's going to cost the city $1 billion, and the city would not be in control of the process if the plan stays as it is currently, which is the direction the mayor wants to go.
Uh-huh.
Now, we all recognize that the property in question is a gold mine. So why go into negotiations ill-equipped and do a fire sale of 86 acres of prime downtown, land, real estate,
Sure.
without an internal plan before negotiating with that? Because you need to negotiate something that's going to benefit the community. Basically, I fully agree with the former Rage, the guy, Ron Diner. I fully agree. He says, do a plan first. Kind of like what the school system did in the sense of meeting with the community first a number of times until you get all their concerns addressed to be put into the deal. And then, as I've always said as well, we've said on the show, get some experts to come in that do these type of negotiations all the time, whether it be, no matter what it is. If it's outside of your area, get professionals so that the city will best benefit from it. And that's not what that's not what's going on. They should form a community advisory council. This comes from Ron Donaldson. Hire national planners and lay out the property, and then have the developers come in and buy the land parcel by parcel. Because different areas may be worth more than others. And I fully agree with that. That's smart. So based on the story, Mel Welch wants to stick with his choice of a master developer where the land is acquired first, claiming that this plan will serve all communities and the ones left behind. Really? Why would you sell the land first and then try to negotiate? That makes no sense. That's your bargaining chip. You got a gold mine. You got what people want. That's prime real estate. Then you want to talk? The deal is final. You have no, I mean, maybe there's more into it, but that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me.
Man.
Now, City Council Corey Givens said he agreed with Donald's views. And he said he'll be voting any proposal that comes in this month, voting down any proposal, which is great. Very good, Corey. Very good. I got to give you a thumbs up, pal.
Thumbs up for Corey.
Yeah, because once again, the community that the community that it affects is left out again. But we need those plans. Diner is like right on it. He's right on it. Get the community involvement first. Have preliminary planning meetings. So when you step to your professionals who we're going to pay to take care of this, they'll have all of the input that's needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To make the best decision. Last Thursday, Diner also urged members to take accountability and not approve any development proposals.
Yeah, true.
I like that. And this man's been in the trenches. He knows what's going on. He's been up there with the big wigs. He know how to think. And that's why and I'm glad he's being very vocal about it.
I like what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what he's saying to the people is just common sense.
Yeah, it's common sense.
If you got that, just do your homework. If you got that kind of land, why would you want to give it to a developer at first?
Yeah.
Reject that plan. Reject the process of development and bring on people who got some expertise and study.
We've been saying that from jump. We've been saying that. Yeah, we've been saying that from jump. So the council members have to remember, and this is my little thing. The council members have to remember their position for the community. Yeah. They're in this for the community's interests and benefits. All right, they're not here for the benefit of public officials who can be swayed. They're not here for the benefit of the developers. You're here for the people. That's what you're here for us. the people. And we've been saying from the beginning, experts, get experienced people. Put your egos aside, get experienced people to go negotiate these deals, whether it's baseball, land, or whatever. Get the proper people there.
I think people got to understand. This is Ken Welch's report, and I always said that I'm for one. I tell everybody I voted for Ken Welch. I really did. You know, really did. But my concern with Ken Welch was that you give the land to the developer. And Ken Welch is kind of all right with that, but he was saying, once we give the land to development, I want you to make sure that you develop this land for all the people. That's his approach. You know, I'm going to give it to you.
Right.
But make sure you pay. But to me, it's still crazy.
We got to have control of it still.
Exactly.
Because in their contracts, these developers write stuff that benefits them. Just like that last contract, all those loopholes, they didn't even have to do affordable housing if they want to.
No.
There's too many loopholes, and they have the savvy lawyers to do that. That's why we're out of our element. We need to hire experts that negotiate these type of deals that will protect.
That's right. Bring people
what we have, our land and the community at large. That's all we're asking for.
That's right.
And transparency before this stuff. You don't make a sale then try to, well, we want this and we want that. Like, man, kick rocks. We already made the deal. You have no say so, and that's what it's going to be. And also,
but I'm wondering, Jim, why it took so long for a guy like this to come in and put that approach. And you've been saying it all along. If you get the right people in, get the right people in to do this.
You know, whether
I don't understand why it took so long for this guy to come in.
This is basic stuff with business. This is drug dealers know this. You handle your business first. You do your homework. It's basic business. You don't show your hand, and you don't go into a deal to where you're inept to handle it. You don't do that. So, and also, people with these student council meetings, you should attend when you have the ability to do it, just to air your concerns. Because talking amongst yourself in church or under the tree or at home is a waste of time. That's like talking about the president you want to be elected, but you don't go vote. It's the same thing. So running your mouth about it and not making an effort to attend these meetings to have your concerns heard, you need to get out there. And a lot of this information that I got was from Spectrum News and other individual sources. So moving on.
That's good. I like that.
So we're going to move on to the next topic, and this is Venezuelan. I just wanted to get it in, squeeze it in, and again, these are mostly bullet points, but it's been a compilation of just a lot of sources to get this information, vetted sources.
Good.
So Venezuelan, Trump. We know that Trump's motivation is about the oil. Not to help the Venezuelan people. He cares about no one but money. Venezuela has some of the largest oil deposits in the world. Right. Trump wants to call the president and his wife drug dealers, criminals, and from what I hear, this guy is a very bad guy. I hear he's a very bad guy. But there's procedures to doing things. There's procedures. You don't just make up the law as you go, Trumpy. It's procedures to do this. So last month, Trump pardoned a former Honduran president, Juan Orlando Hernandez, who helped smuggle over 400 tons of cocaine into the United States. But you call Venezuelan president a drug dealer. Could it be because the Venezuelan president has large amounts of oil that makes you salivate? That's the issue. It's about the oil. Because check this. If Trump was so big or so concerned about the drugs coming into, first of all, these smaller countries, y'all need to get some nuclear weapons. Bottom line, to protect yourself. Just like Kim Jong-un did. We don't mess with him. You get some nuclear weapons, you'll keep the U.S. off your back trying to bully you. People like Trump. Now, I'm going to go into what I'm saying. This situation is getting out of hand. Trump, he says he wants to take over the oil, move the cash off, what do they take the stuff? Out of the U.S. Move the profits to offshore accounts. Yeah, offshore accounts, so he can manage it for the American people. This
That's a
man,
joke.
that is a joke.
That's a joke.
Dude, you can't even handle your businesses. How many times you been bankrupt?
That's a
So he
joke.
wants, basically, that doesn't pass the smell test. The proceeds of this, hence the need to have money offshore. We are supposed to be the best country in the world. Why couldn't that money stay in America? We're the best country in the world. We have some of the top financial institutions. Why would you need to take that money, if you're going to do what you say you're going to do, and have it offshore accounts? Because it's going to be his money. It's going to be his money. And this is what we're dealing with, his way of thinking. As of late, the Senate, I think this is the last 2 days ago, that the Senate has voted to stop Trump from any further military action against Venezuela without congressional approval. And they voted, and the resolution was 52-47 to limit Trump's war power.
Yeah.
So that's good, but the man been doing what he want to do. He don't.
But here's what you got to understand too, with all this charade going on and all this shit. All of this is a deflection.
It's a distraction for the Epstein file.
There's a whole lot of distraction.
It's a distraction.
He knows that this economy is in bad shape. Mm-hmm. He knows he does not have a plan to bring this economy out the door.
No plan.
He knows that. One of the things that's hurting him is this Obamacare thing. Now, let me say something about it. This man is very jealous of Obama. I want you to watch it.
Yeah.
You see, there are two things that Obama did that Trump is trying to overpower. Mm-hmm. You remember when the Obama situation killed bin Laden? Mm-hmm. Trump was jealous of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Still jealous.
He's jealous of that thing. Mm-hmm. So now he goes in and moves the guy from Venezuela. You did a good job, but you didn't change any damn thing.
You didn't change it.
You didn't change one damn thing.
He wants the oil.
Trump is guided by a guy named Stephen Miller. I don't know if you heard him.
I've heard of him.
You got to read it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize. You can't get it. You can't get it because the lady coming out of Venezuela got it. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's who they should be kind of dealing with in Venezuela. But he tell her, no, I don't want to deal with you because you got a Nobel Peace Prize. Mm-hmm. He wants a Nobel Peace Prize so bad, but he will not get that. He will not get that. I promise you that. Ain't no way in the world they're going to get this man a Nobel Peace Prize. But he's fighting for that kind of shit. That's what he wants. He really wants that. But at the same time, you've got to understand, Trump is what you call is an environmental manipulator. That's what he does. Mm-hmm. He manipulates people. That's all he is. And that's why, Jamie, when we mention this midterm election, we got to vote because we got to make him a lame duck president.
Yeah.
But could you imagine him sitting up there for the next 3 years, don't have any kind of political power?
Yeah.
Boy, that's something else.
Yeah.
That would drive him nuts.
Yeah. We really need to vote. And what's funny is you got a dictator arresting a dictator. That's what's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because at this point, we get to say he's a dictator. The moves he's making, doing in other countries, bothering people. You know, he's also after Greenland, Colombia, and wants a stronghold on Cuba because I believe Venezuela was supplying Cuba with some oil. So now he's trying to bargain with Cuba and flex his muscles because now he has control of the oil. So he's doing a lot of bad things.
I bet you this, Jamie. Mm-hmm. When all this is over, when you and I getting old and things like that, when historians start rating president, I think, how many presidents had? 45, 46, something like that?
Yeah.
I wanted to bet you when they rate these presidents, I bet he'd be next to the last.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. He is a bad guy because MAGA is making waves. Our MAGA government that we have, they are making waves. Trump's want to keep your head turning over here and over there with all this misdirection. But his biggest fear is the Epstein files.
That's right.
So if he can keep you thinking about this, that, and the other,
That ain't going away.
But that ain't going away.
That ain't going away.
That is not going away. Then you got Epstein's brother that's got the real good. He's got the major stuff that he's been leaking here and there. So it's not going away. Trump has a person in power in Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez.
Oh, that's the lady?
Yeah, that's her. That basically he can control. She's inexperienced dealing with people like him.
Okay.
But what the deal is, there's people over there with guns that ain't Trumpians. True. So that country, their rules are a little different. You know, they want to get it down. They're gonna do what they need to do. So we can't protect her. All we doing is using her for her resources. Yeah. We can't protect her. She's new to the party right now, but all he wants is the oil and basically some control over there. And that's pretty much it. The lady is weak. She's new to the party. She's new to a person like Trump.
See, my biggest question with this is, how in the world you are going to control somebody else's country and everybody's still present, except the man that still got it?
How you going to go to somebody else's house and clean up when your house is dirty? You're living like a hoarder. This dirty over here. This is a mess in the U.S. How you going to clean somebody else's house? That's the issue. Yeah,
you're telling someone what they're going to do.
Now, this guy, Maduro, was a tyrant, but so is Trump. And again, his process is wrong. How he went over there, it's wrong. It's not right. We got so many weak people over here that scared to push up against him and tell him. Maduro tampered with elections. Trump tampered with elections.
That's right.
They're parallel. Trump got 34 felonies. This guy probably got way more than that. They're alike, but
so many ways they are.
Like January 6th participation. Everybody that was loyal to Trump, got pardoned. Trump, if he's really concerned about drugs, he would be all on Colombia and Mexico, and he ain't doing it. He's concerned about the oil. This whole thing is an oil move. It's about the oil. Plain and simple, and misdirection for even the oil companies are against this move. Yeah. The oil companies are against this move.
You know what, James? I'm glad that you mentioned it. It's all about the oil, because let's say that he control all the oil in Venezuela. What do you do with it? What do you do with
he's
this?
Probably going to monetize it. The profits.
Okay.
Trump.
Still on open market?
Trump, no, he's probably not going to get a third term. So this is a money grab for him. Right. It's a money grab for him. That's why he's making billions. His sons are making billions. It's a money grab. And then any foolish person that allowed this man to keep some money offshore from the proceeds of selling the oil so he can manage it for America. Yeah. Come on, bro.
He's something else. But here's what I say to him. He is very lucky to have a person like Marco Rubio. Now I don't care.
He's a do boy.
Yeah, he's a do boy. Mm-hmm. Go back and look what he did with Marco Rubio when he was running against Trump for president.
Yeah.
He has a habit of doing things like that.
Yeah.
But the concern is with Marco Rubio. You got to understand, he's a Cuban. He comes out of Cuba himself. He knows the situation. See, Marco Rubio kind of understands foreign relationships.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't understand nothing about foreign relations.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's also bought and paid for Marco.
He bought and paid for.
Yeah, he's one of the
truly, like the rest of them.
Yeah. Well, we're coming to the end, people. So thank you for tuning in to the Ray Tampa podcast. We ask that you tune in every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. on 99.1 FM, The Berg.
The Berg.
Please call your supervisor of elections and request your mail-in ballot. We really need you to do this for the midterm, people. Don't sleep on this now. You see where we are, what we're dealing with. So get there. Mail-in ballots, in person, whatever. Just get there and vote. And also, for the ones that are doing it online, because a lot of people are doing the mail-in ballots as far as applying for them, reapplying for them, make sure you get your confirmation. Make sure that you get a confirmation that everything went through, so that it'll be properly obtained and everybody's good.
Good.
We'd also be seen on Facebook, YouTube, and we're everywhere, people. We're everywhere.
Thank Don for his participation.
And obviously 99.1 FM, The Jam. This is the house. Check it out. Thank you.
Thank you.